It's completely fine if you don't know exactly what you want to do in life, but there is one thing that you do need to know. I want to talk about how I've gotten to the point that I'm at right now, doing sales, being able to be fully remote work for anybody that I want, and live a totally different life than I did 2, 3 years ago doing construction because of one important concept. Now, I know you guys are going to think, wow, there's one crazy hack, wow, there's one secret thing. Oh my goodness, all these videos are the exact same. These guys are all some fake gurus online trying to sell me a course. I have nothing to sell you. I have nothing that I need from you. This is simply just sharing my story, okay? 2 years ago, I decided that I'm going to go ahead and become an electrician. It was a job with a projected good salary. I didn't have to go to university or get into any kind of debt. It was more blue collar, which means that it was like conservative and guys would be fun. And I'm quite conservative myself, for most things. So I didn't want to be on a liberal, college campus or university campus. And a lot of things checked my boxes. And I remember getting into the trades right out of high school at 18 years old. It was around, June, July of 2023, I believe, 2022, 2023. And what happened then, I don't remember exactly what year it was, I believe 2022. And what happened then was I instantly found out from that first day when I jumped on the bus to go downtown for my first ever day of work what I didn't want. And that's the key, right? Everybody's talking about find out exactly what you want to do, get clear on your goals, figure out how much money you want to make, how much money you want to make, exactly where you want to be in life, what car you want to drive. All that is amazing, but if you don't know what you do want, then there's one thing you want to get clear on, which is what you don't want, right? All the decisions that I'm making today, specifically today, and on other important days of my life come down to what I don't want. It's looking at where you're going right now, and if something doesn't change, where you'll be, and realizing very clearly that you're not okay with that path. That's what I want all of you guys to think about today. Don't stress way too much about exactly where you want to be, who you want to be, how it all looks, all this great stuff, blah, 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 blah. And that's fine. But starting off sometimes with exactly where you do not want to be and who you do not want to be is incredibly powerful because you can go ahead and just inverse that. I don't want to be a bum on the streets. I don't want to be some unemployed loser earning $5,000, a year on welfare, 10,000 a year on welfare, something like that. Then who's the opposite person of that? Because if that's who I don't want to be, then the opposite is probably somebody who I do want to be, or someone who's a little bit closer to who I want to be. That's how I want you guys to start thinking. I know from me in my life that the reason why I've gotten where I'm at now is because I consciously, it was a really bitter pill to swallow because I had other people looking at me and I had my own pride I had to swallow and get over. But the only reason I've been able to go so far, and I'm going to go way further, is because I've been able to identify what I do not want. Right? Even with the kind of work that I do now, there are things about it that I realize I do not like. I do not want more of. I'm not okay with. And because it's taken me a while, but finally it's at least taken a while, better than taking forever, right? I've realized that this is not what I want and changes need to be made. So for that reason, get clear on what you guys don't want. Find the inverse, find the opposite, and start to work that way. Or start to at least work away from that bad future that you're not okay with, right? I want to leave you guys with that. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, helps me out a lot. And it means you're going to be able to see a couple more videos like this in the future. Guys, catch you on the next one. Peace.